We begin this hour in the Western Cape because the South African National Taxi Council has announced that a stay away in that province will continue until at least Wednesday. Talks between Santaco and the city collapsed last night following marathon negotiations at the weekend. Drivers parked their taxis off last Thursday over the impounding of vehicles, leaving thousands of commuters stranded. Chaotic scenes also played out in the CBD last week, with people scrambling to make alternative plans to get home. Santaco has now encouraged operators not to interfere with other modes of transport or take part in any criminal activity. We begin this hour with this live update from my co-anchor Michelle Craig, who's at the station deck taxi rank in Cape Town. She joins us now live, and so many different aspects of life have been affected by the strike. Michelle, given just how integral taxi operations are in the Western Cape.
Absolutely, Ayanda. Good morning to you and to our viewers as well on this Monday morning. I want to kick off our coverage here at Station Deck in the city of Cape Town. It's in the CBD. It is the heart of transportation in the city. On a normal Monday morning at 6 o'clock, this area would be bustling with vendors. There'd be taxis galore. I'm going to ask our cameraman to pan and give you a shot of what we can see, and hopefully we can see it. It is still early hours of this morning. Donnie, if we take them that way, this is what Station Deck looks like on this Monday morning just after 6 o'clock. This is unheard of, Ayanda. If you've been to any taxi rank, not only in the city of Cape Town, but around the country, you will know that you probably struggle to hear me on an ordinary day because it would be such a bustle of activity. There'd be taxis coming from all across the metro. They'd be driving back to pick up more passengers. There'd be people buying their breakfast in the morning, heading off to work, even at 6 o'clock. But look at this. It is a ghost town this Monday morning. Let's give you an update on all the latest moving parts insofar as the story is concerned. At about 4:25 this morning, we got an update from Golden Arrow Bus Services, and this is what they had to say. They say they're still unable to operate within Khayelitsha, Nyanga, Philippi East, Langa and Mfuleni on this Monday morning. It means all services from those areas will start and terminate on the outskirts of those areas. So buses on this Monday morning are unable to operate in those areas. E-hailing services, as we now know, they've also, they say, got the same challenges with impoundments as taxis have. And even last week they announced that they would be joining the stay away, and that continues even on this Monday morning. Scholar Transport as well have taken the decision not to operate in particular areas due to the violent nature of the stay away in some areas, particularly in the townships in Cape Town. We got an update this morning at 5:30 Ayanda, because what we actually wanted to do this morning was to speak to you from the outskirts of Nyanga. There's a bus operating depot there, and that's usually where the buses load, sort of on the outskirts of Nyanga. As we were pulling away from our hotel position, we got a tourist bus who gave us advice not to go onto the N2 or anywhere near the airport. That's the direction where we would have been headed in. At this hour, the N2 inbound is closed in that area and also on the R300 inbound. Motorists on this Monday morning being advised to seek alternative routes and to proceed with caution. This is the advice from traffic officials. Officials are also attending to several incidents of public violence in the area. The Western Cape government, for its part, in the wake of negotiations collapsing over the weekend and particularly last night, calling for the lead association, insofar as this taxi strike is concerned, Santaco, to come back to the negotiating table. That meeting collapsing just yesterday. In the 6 o'clock hour, at 6:45 this morning, here from our live position, we're hoping to speak to Santaco's deputy chairperson in the province. We'll get an update on whether Santaco has any interest in going back to the negotiating table and what the sticking points are. I want to outline for our viewers the violence that's been unfolding in various areas as a result of this strike. Just last week, you'll remember, and we covered this extensively on the AM report as well, just hours after Santaco announced the stay away, several law enforcement vehicles were stoned in Khayelitsha and torched on the N2. In Nyanga on Friday evening, gunmen opened fire on a leap officer. He was gunned down in the vehicle he was traveling in on those patrols. There is now a 250,000 rand reward out for any information leading to the arrest of a suspect in connection with his murder. On Saturday, City Depot was bombed in Delft. We're told several vehicles were either damaged or completely destroyed. 3 vehicles also torched in Makaza in Khayelitsha. There have been 110 arrests in connection with the violence associated with this taxi strike. Taxi drivers arrested, several incidents in connection with the strike also reported. Insofar as what schools are doing, that's one of the big issues we're focusing on this morning. 300,000 learners unable to go to school as a result of this taxi strike. 10,000 teachers unable to get the transportation they need to get to class. The implications for this strike are wide-ranging. For the moment, Santaco is saying that the strike will continue at least until the 9th of August, which is this Wednesday, and that was the date originally announced as well. Golden Arrow, as I say, getting this interdict from the courts just yesterday, interdicting Santaco and several other taxi organizations from any violence in connection with the strike on their vehicles, on their personnel, or on their commuters. Ayanda, from our live position this morning here at the City Deck in Cape Town, we're going to try and speak to all of those various role players, give you a sense of what the big issues are, what is stalling these negotiations, and what is behind this antagonistic relationship between the city and taxi bosses. For now, it's back to you.
Yeah, certainly a sobering ghost town there in the Cape Town CBD on this Monday morning. Certainly uncharacteristic of the kind of activity that will be unfolding there. For now, Michelle Craig, thanks very much indeed as we continue counting the cost of this crippling strike.